It's February 1st, 2022. I am just curious. I'm sitting here and I'm watching a commercial in the state of New York, North America, about something that's spelled differently than the way that I would normally, when I hear the sound pattern, I think it should be spelled one way, but it's spelled a very different way for a specific reason, most likely. It's not. It's what we would call atypical rather than typical for this area. It's a commercial for a Swiss company and security. It also displays people that look more like myself in this Swiss scenario. And they're dressed in army fatigues in a large server room, SERVER, ROOM, according to cinema or movie theater and box office, what they've labeled as a server room for whatever, like other people would probably agree to that possibility of word. Now, on this particular thing, I feel it's very misleading. I don't know the company per se. I don't know who they hire. I don't know if it's farmed, like FARMED out to other engineers and other technicians. But it's really frightening that they're portraying on the advertising that their association is with people that look more like myself, but and they're talking about security when in around 2000, whenever Frank was around, I think it was 2009, Falco was working at ADECCO in Melville as a business analyst, whatever that is. I never knew, I always asked. And he has a big following in Lindenhurst, Long Island, but he was working in Melville. And he invited me in to go to lunch with him one day, and when I walked in, he wanted to introduce me to the team that he was working with, which he did kind of, sort of, and not really kind of a way. I mean, I took a quick glance over the cubicle section, nothing that looked even slightly familiar to anything I couldn't put an ID on it. I just know it's not familial. And then I had applied to ADECCO because they were an employment staffing company, meaning that they, like a pre-monster.com or a pre-indeed.com, like pre-descendant, came before these things were available, or around the same time as monster.com. So I applied to the staffing company directly, but they never called me, hired me, or even brought me in for an interview, which now in hindsight, I'm thinking back, I'm like, now was that a false flag operation? Because technically when I looked up ADECCO at one point, it said it was a Swiss company, Swiss staffing company, no less. But I saw what it was hiring, and they were not what I have seen skiing on the Swiss Alps, we'll just put it that way, in a documentary kind of a way. So now I'm just curious, because there's a very big difference, but programming, coding, engineering, technically building secure networks and things, if a company is promoting itself here in United States of North America as a one, like a Swiss, the way that Swiss is portrayed in this commercial, but yet the actual employees that were hired and contracted and working within the United States of North America looked very different. How would one know what they were building back then? I mean, and why wasn't, I mean, Frank has veterans and all sorts of connections that I don't have, and I don't have connections to him anymore. But it scares me when I see things like this now, after what a turn everything has been taking. To why weren't these things investigated properly all along the way? Why does the pendulum have to go way far past like safety and like health standards and the correct thing to do? Why doesn't the misrepresentation get taken care of immediately? Why is there so much red tape? I mean, if it's going to be a danger to the interior and exterior, and the longer it goes on, the more they dig their grips into, like, whatever, false narrative. So this is the commercial.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Are you waking up in the morning with
Now, I'm just curious because I see the commercial again. I don't know how these things get put together, how they get named, who agrees, who doesn't agree, who's acknowledging things, who's not. It gets really confusing. But the amount of engineers and programmers in that room was really frightening. And then there's another. That was though it looked like a temporary location because then it went out of business in the they call it a real estate park, where they have like office buildings and whatnot. So ADECCO was there for a while in Melville, and then it went out of business. So I don't know if it's like a fly-by-night, but I don't know who's involved, and so that gets scary. And then there's a longer standing operation of computer associates, but again, not really, not really sure how that entire internal with tiffs and riffs and things going off without a hitch and being off guard, how they are handled, and things that frighten me. With like a health matrix that's now in some frightening new disorder of static electric collecting inside synovial fluid for some change in the environment that and they did report today also on one of the news programs that there was a woman walking her dog, and the dog got electrocuted. It was a Con Edison, Conedison related event. She lost her dog. Her dog literally was electrocuted walking on the street outside their co-op or apartment building. So it is February 1st, 2022. Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken.